As I mentioned in the previous video, after the Second World War, the Nuremberg trials led to As I mentioned in the previous video, the Nuremberg trials at the end of the Second World War led to an initial statement on research ethics. These were modified multiple times at meetings in Helsinki and are now pretty much what modern research ethics are based on. You're going to see some similarities, but you'll see some differences. In Helsinki, the World Medical Association developed ethical principles as a guideline for medical doctors and biomedical research involving humans. So note there are ethical guidelines for other types of research, especially research with animals, but here we're just going to talk about the guidelines when working with humans. So a physician's duty in research is to protect the life, health, privacy, and dignity of the human participant. Research involving humans must conform to generally accepted scientific principles and thorough knowledge of scientific literature and methods. Research protocols should be reviewed by an independent committee. This is an important one. It means that a scientist can't do their own ethical review. Someone that's independent from the scientist gives the researcher permission to do the research. When I do research, I have to apply to the University Research Ethics Board, and people that I don't know review what I'm doing to make sure what I'm doing is ethical. Research protocols should be conducted by medically or scientifically qualified individuals. Risks and burden to the participant should not outweigh the benefits. You can't do something to someone unless the benefits of the study and the benefits to them are greater. Researchers should stop the study if risks are found to outweigh potential benefits. Imagine you're doing a medical study and you realize in the course of your study that what you're doing is more risky than if you did nothing, or the benefits they might gain from it. That's when you stop. The research is justified only if there's a reasonable likelihood that the population under the study will benefit from the result. Participants must be volunteers and informed in the research project. They must give consent to take part. Every precaution must be taken to respect privacy, confidentiality, and the participants' physical and mental integrity. Assent must be attained for minors if child is able to do so. So if you have children in your study, you have to ask them, and it depends on the specific type of protocol, but typically, in my experience, you also have to get consent from the parent. And last, investigators are obliged to preserve the accuracy of results. Negative and positive results should be publicly available. If your study doesn't work, you have to tell people, just as you would if your study did work.